Hi everybody, and welcome to your pick a card love reading. Of course, this is a timeless reading by Global Tarot. I'd just like to invite you to subscribe to the channel for fresh releases. Do click on the bell. It's just going to help me so much to get going with the new channel. So I really appreciate any subscriptions, likes, shares, and especially comments. Okay, so this is a love reading. You've got the choice between number 1, number 2, or number 3. So I'd like to invite you now to perhaps tune in to one of the crystals or whichever one you're drawn to. Okay, I'm going to put the timestamps in the description box below. So and also, if you want to enter the competition to win a free personalised reading, then you can absolutely do that by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and posting a comment. Okay, so I'm going to move these over to the side, and we're going to start with number 1. So if you picked number 1, this is going to be your love reading. So we just start out with Bobcat Spirit here saying life is a mystery. Okay, that's from the animal deck. Life is a mystery. Okay, so we've got 4 cards just to really get us going and set the scene. So we start here with the 5 of Cups. So this is a real regret in the love department. Something's happened that you really do regret. The King of Cups. The King of Cups, weirdly, he's really good at controlling his emotions. Not so comfortable feeling them sometimes. The Moon. With the Moon, of course, we have a sense of a lack of clarity. Okay, and it's wildly emotional. And the 7 of Cups, which of course is, lucky dip. It's a choice, isn't it? It's a love choice. Okay, so just to begin with, remember, Bobcat Spirit says life is a mystery, and under the influence of the Moon, the love relationship that, this is about is to you very mysterious. And part of what goes with the mystery, because our minds are always, they're like pattern detectors. We're always looking for patterns. We're always looking to try and make sense of, rationalize, understand, so that we can place ourselves and know where we are on our life's journey. But with the Moon, there's this very shadowy influence. We can't always do that. There's a sense of having to embrace the unknown and having to understand that sometimes the things that we see aren't the way that we think they are. Sometimes what you see is telling you about you, not necessarily telling you about the other. So this is going to be quite an interesting reading where I feel like you're being called to step back and embrace the mystery. Okay? There is love options, and there's definitely been something that you deeply, deeply regret. So because this is a love reading, we're going to look at the recent past, try and get a bit more understanding about what's been happening for you, what this regret is over. Because, because it is right here, you see, the 5 of Cups. There's all these spilt cups. There's still 2 standing. It's not all is lost, and it's halfway through the journey through the cups. And sometimes, you have to make mistakes. You have to, in order to learn something. And so, sure, you can regret things, or it's like the feeling of guilt, isn't it, when you've done something bad? It's not bad to have that feeling, although it's not very pleasant. Because you learn something, I shouldn't do that because my conscience doesn't allow it. Or, okay, so something's happened and you do regret. All right, that's okay. That's okay. And it's good to have these feelings, to feel what you feel, I do see that in the future there's going to be some love choices. it could be that you feel as though you made the wrong choice. Maybe in the past, and you regret that. You regret some sort of interaction maybe that you had, went too far. Okay, so you've learned something. Great. So we'll pick it up from there then. We'll just have a look at the recent past. Okay, so we've got the Magician. Good Lord. The Wheel of Fortunes. The Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands. We've got two major arcana and the King of Wands. Okay, so this is unlike the Cup, which is very much based around the sense of connection, feelings. This is a very cerebral, mental card, and it's very communicative. So there's been some kind of, it's probably to do with something that's been said. But look, in the recent part, you were trying to become empowered. You were empowered, in fact. You were claiming your power. You were manifesting, creating. So yeah, I can see why you've taken responsibility, because maybe something's happening. But this is part of the Wheel of Fortune. So I think you've probably been stuck in something for quite a long time. There's a sense of movement, of things having moved forward, perhaps too quickly even, with the King of Swords, right? So in the recent past, though, I think whatever this regret is, it looks to me like it's part of a process. And the wheel is ever spinning. And we are, unfortunately, whether we like it or not, stuck on that wheel. And sometimes things are sort of fated, or we could say that things are fated because, we don't always understand what's going on in our unconscious world. And so sometimes we draw things to us, we draw experiences to us, which will help us to get in touch with the parts of ourselves that maybe we're not in touch with. There's definitely, with a cups, King of Cups, and here the Moon, and here cups. It's all cups, isn't it? So this is really, this relationship is touching you on a very deep emotional level. Nobody's perfect, right? I'm really feeling for you because that sense of regret is strong, and it's difficult. It's a difficult one to work with. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll pull cards for yourself, and we'll pull cards for your partner. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Hierophant for yourself. Okay, I'm going to do some more shuffling. We'll pull for your partner or your significant other, the one of whom your heart screams for in this moment. So let's just tune into what's going on with them. And really, I guess what we're asking is, how do they feel about you? Because this is so many cups here that it's obvious that you're having great feelings. You're having to embrace a mystery, which drives humans wild. I mean, this, we are natural detectives. This unresolved stuff, it's difficult for us. It's difficult for us to live with it. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands. We have the Hermit. And we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, so your partner is quite established and certainly set in their ways with the King of Pentacles. They're not prone to, they're not easily swayed. They're not that flexible. In fact, I would say they're particularly rigid in some... when it comes to their authority, I don't think really they want you to question it. They don't really want you to question their authority. It's not part of the way that they roll, okay? We've got the Hermit for them too. So this is someone who's taking life quite seriously. And in their approach to you, they're going at quite, in fact, I would say, an incredibly slow pace. I mean, I don't know if it's possible for them to go slower. But there is also the Page of Pentacles here, which sort of makes me feel as though, despite all of this, they're established, you know, they could be older than you. They're taking quite a serious approach. You know, they don't get out a lot. This person is someone who is very studious. You know, for them it's all about the goal, the recognition, the getting there, the achievement, the status, the security. You know, to me, they're striking me as being very work orientated and focused. But they do have a slightly immature side. Perhaps they see themselves, this sort of player energy. They see themselves as having this, which is a contradiction, because this isn't, I don't think this is who they are. I think deep down this is a very steady, serious, pragmatic, earthy type of guy. I mean, because there's 3 male cards. It doesn't have to be a man, obviously genders are flexible, but it's the energy, it's that masculine, kingly. Got 2 kings here, haven't we? The swords, in fact 3. So there's a lot of this. On your side, you're in the process of a deep transformation. You're probably starting a new job with the Ace of Pentacles. But if, in terms of love, I would say with the Ace of Pentacles, you're looking for something secure. You're looking for a relationship that's going to have longevity, that's going somewhere. Not something wishy-washy that, you know, but there's a sense of all of this confusion. Where's that coming from? Perhaps they're going too slowly. What is it that you regret? You know, we haven't got a sense of that yet. We do have the Hierophant, which can indicate wedding. So I think that you're actually, in terms of, you're going through a deep transformation. You're starting to see the other as someone who you may have this longevity with, that you're taking quite seriously. So this is quite a heavy, serious reading. And we've got some major arcana here, haven't we? We've got the Hermit, the Hierophant, Death, and the Magician, right? Oh, sorry, and the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, there's a lot of transformation. Things are changing for you. Okay, so we're going to need to do some clarification just to get more into this reading. I think when things change, there's always a sense of, you know, that we haven't habituated to the new environment. We haven't habituated maybe to a new person. Maybe with this person, being that they're going so slowly, we're finding it difficult getting to know them. You see them as someone serious, someone with depth, someone who can go the distance, who you could go the distance with. And yet there's a real sense of not having found your footing, not having established. Oh, goodness me. We've just had a whole heap of cards come out, so let's grab them. Okay. Is it too many? Oh, God, it's too many. I can't take them. Okay, we'll keep going. Yeah, so you know, I think what you're looking for is clarity. And I think in the recent past, you thought you found it there with the King of Swords. So you were that dominant, incredibly logical, rational, you know, clean mind. But, you know, that's almost the antithesis of the Moon and the King of Cups, which is much more feeling based. So there's a sense of conflict between perhaps head and heart. You know, I don't know if you've been, you know, experiencing red flags, or if there's something that's tripped you up. I think you've been reclaiming your independence, to be perfectly honest with you. And perhaps while you were doing that, you did something you regretted. That goes against this vision. But, you know, it's part of a process. It helps you get in touch with your feelings. I really want to know what this regret was over. So can we just pull 3 cards, please? I want to understand the regret. Understand why you did it. Remember, we don't always have a full understanding of our... We've got the Moon again, the 9 of Cups in reverse. We've got the Emperor in reverse. You were trying to reclaim your independence. You were trying to find your happiness. You didn't find it. Whatever it was that you did that you now regret, you didn't find your happiness. You still believe that your happiness resides with the person with whom this reading is really truly about. It's very mysterious. We want more information, please. We want to understand a sense of, you know, maybe timing. When will this resolve? Because will this resolve? I mean, what are we looking at here in terms of an outcome? If we just pull 3 cards and get a sense of where's this going, okay? We have the World. Fantastic. Well, that's good. That's a good start. We have the Ace of Swords. That's a whole new way of thinking. And we have the 10 of Wands, which is the completion. So there's 2 completeness there. So where is this relationship? And underneath, look, we've got the King of Wands. So that concludes. We now have all the kings. So whoever this, you know, I was going to say player, I mean partner, person, whoever your person is, they are a serious player. They are a serious contender. They're not mucking about. You've got the World. You can have your intuition is right. I think you can go the distance with this one, but it's going to involve a whole shift in the way that you think. The 10 of Wands is that something's going to have to come to an end as well in order for this partnership to work. You may have to say goodbye to some element of, perhaps it's you who's been a bit of a player. You may have to say goodbye to sort of the element of... you may have to, you know, embrace this more earthy dimension where there's commitment, where there's planning, you know, rather than with the Wands, it's much more spontaneous. It's, you know, there's a lot of free-spirited stuff. I think with this person, with your person, you've got to get serious, and you've got to embrace a more earthy dimension, which is a lot more stable. Not only to meet them, but to show them that, you know, you are serious. Because maybe they don't understand it. Maybe they don't understand the extent to which, you know... I think they do take you seriously, though. The feeling that I'm getting here is this is a serious love reading, and I don't understand why there's so much confusion. I think maybe you had too many choices, and we all know that, you know, psychologically, having too many choices means you're never happy with the choice that you've made. You know, which would be a terrible shame to not be so happy with the choice that you made when what it looks to me like you have chosen someone. We've got, you know, very, very Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, really sort of earthy energy, Scorpio. Again, Taurus. We've got real earthy vibes going on here. This person is serious about you. I think you're serious about them, and you do have a happy ending coming. Okay, with the World, a sense of completeness. Yeah, so it's a bit of a cliche, isn't it? You know, 2 souls, you know, they split up and they have to find them. They have to find the other one to feel a sense of completeness. But that's what you're going to get. But you're not just going to get that. You're going to get an entirely new sense. You have to embrace the new, I think. And absolutely, in terms of with the Death card, you've got to let go of the past. And I'm going to tell you that you're going to have to let go of the betrayals in the past. Even if they were, you know, you've got to let it go. Because you can't move forward when you're looking backwards. You know, life has to be lived forwards. It can only be understood backwards. So yeah, look back, learn your lessons, all that. Absolutely. But live life forwards. Embrace it. Okay, so we're just going to pull a couple of the romantic angel cards. I just want 2 cards to just give us a sense of, just to sort of conclude this reading, because I'm feeling positive. I think, you know, remember guys, when we're talking about this kind of serious vibe, this serious energy, this is about commitment. And commitment doesn't mean I don't sleep with other people, you don't sleep with other people, and that's the end of story. No, commitment is so much more about how you envision the future. And are you committed to success in this relationship? Is that what you're committed to? Because if it is, and you make that commitment, then obstacles, listen, there is no obstacles, just diversions. Okay? Okay, come on then. Give us the card. It's out, it pops. Here it is. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay? And one more. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Or indeed, perhaps, I wouldn't be surprised with a reading like this if there was some children on the way. Honest to God. That's going to conclude your reading. I hope that was helpful for you, number ones. I really just want to stress that this, to me, this, you know, whatever it is you regret, you can move forward with it. It's okay. The sense of confusion, remember Bobcat spirit life, it is a mystery, right? So you've got to embrace it. You've got to embrace the mystery. So don't let it freak you out with the moon, the shadows, the things that you don't know. Just commit to the future. Commit to finding out. You know, turn it around. Turn around the dialogue and make it one that's going to work for you and your future. So I hope that was helpful. If you enjoyed the reading, please do subscribe, like, comment. If you do those 3 things, you'll be entered into a competition to win a free personal reading. Well, you know, I'll get you on WhatsApp. We'll do a proper reading and we'll find out exactly you know, what's going on for you personally. So of course these readings are general and they don't always apply to everybody. You know, some of the messages are for other people, and so you just have to take the ones, you know, that resonated and really just leave the rest. All right, number ones, thanks for watching. Okay, number 2. So if you chose number 2, this will be your reading. Okay, so we're going to start off with an animal spirit card, and we have trust in divine detours. Okay, so number 2, you, by the sound of things, are detouring right now. Okay, so we're pulling 4 cards just to give us a sense of where we're at. We've got the King of Swords. Sorry, that was the Knight of Swords. This is the King of Swords. Does look a bit like Humpty Dumpty. We've got the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Star. So we've got 2 major arcana here. And, you know, with the swords, they're being sort of the element of air. So this is, you know, communication. Oh dear. All of this. The Star is a very Aquarian card as well. And the High Priestess, of course, she is incredible. Okay, so we've got divine detours. So we're looking at what to me is you're on a journey, okay? One that I think I want to swap these just to help me do the reading. So with the High Priestess, something's churning inside. It's not like the Death card, you know, where you know that there's something's ended, something's beginning, etc. You don't have that sense of, you don't necessarily realise that you're going through a profound shift right now, but you are. But it's happening under the surface. It's happening on the inside, in the unconscious, but things are changing. And where they're leading to, is the Star. So you're going to become incredibly, incredibly inspired. And this is actually like a really lucky card, I think, with the Star, because you get a sense that divinity is on your side. And you do have Coyote saying, trust in divine detours. So, okay, so the detour is divine. It's going to lead you somewhere. There's a purpose to it. It's not for nothing that you're on this journey. And I think there's a lot of communication going on between you and your partner. It could be getting out of hand. It could be that, someone's becoming too dogmatic. Someone's becoming too in their head. Someone's analysing too much. Someone is maybe being too dogmatic, placing strong limitations on things, setting up these kind of mental sort of obstacles of the mind, because there's a monkey mind. And we can listen to our mind too much sometimes. And we forget to go with the intuition, to trust the feeling. So I would call you right now to even close your eyes and just meditate on the other. And invite you to just feel in your body where you can feel them, What are you feeling right now? And I think this is what you need to do in order to locate yourself. It's just ask yourself, where am I? Where am I feeling this person? What do they do? What buttons are they pushing in me? Are they opening my heart? Is my heart open? Or do I go straight into my head? Am I doing that thing where I'm asking myself what I'm feeling and I start thinking about them? Is that what they're doing? Are they taking the attention away from me? Okay? Get into your intuition, because your intuition's very strong right now. Number 2s, okay? Right, so we're just going to have a look at the recent past and see, where we are. Ooh, okay. Hello. So we have, underneath we've got the Strength. So in the recent past, you've been in quite, let's just show you the cards. We've got the upside down number 6 of Cups, which is a sense of nostalgia, looking back. This isn't about looking to the now. This is looking back. We've got the 2 of Swords, another sword card. With the blindfold, she's got options, but either which way she goes, there's going to be some sort of confrontation that she doesn't want to have. So she doesn't want to see it because she doesn't want to deal with it. So in the past, you didn't want to, but you had incredibly strong romantic feelings for this person. Or, and nostalgia. It was like coming home. My feeling about this is that there's been some sort of argy-bargy, but it's all of the mind. It's created by the mind. Whoops. Where it's going for the future is incredibly beautiful. You're going to become much more in touch with your deeper self. And it's going to inspire you in a really deep way. In the past, you've had I think you've had some really strong feelings. So with the Strength card, you've had to guard against this sense of, that your feelings are going to run away with you, that you're going to lose control and the beast is going to come out and play and all of this sort of thing. So it hasn't been the easiest time, okay? So let's just give them a shuffle. And what we would like to do is have a look at you and have a look at them and see just how you're relating. And then afterwards we'll try and push for an outcome, see where this is going. I'm getting a really good feeling. I'm getting a really positive feeling about what this relationship is doing in terms of helping you to get in touch with yourself. Okay, and we have the Hierophant. And we have the 9 of Swords. Oh, and we have, the Ace of Wands. So this is you. yeah, so there's quite a lot of, inner angst there. A sense of, but I think you're going to be letting that go soon, because I think everything in nature, it's like you don't know what is enough until you know what is more than enough. And, you can get over carried away with this sense of, there's a huge desire here on your part. There's massive desire for you to initiate this togetherness with this person. There's a sense of, with the Hierophant, a wanting of a union that's stable, long-term, a commitment. Something's doing your head in, though, about it. Maybe it's overthinking. Wouldn't be surprised if it was overthinking or over-talking about the relationship. That can take you on a bit of a detour. We want to look at them. We've got the Hermit. We've got the 5. Okay. And the 2. Okay, so your the Hermit card there, another Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. More Virgo, really, isn't it? Very steady, though, very stable, very much serious in it for the long term. The 5, there's an element of real disappointment and regret on their part. I think they regret some of the things they may have said. I think they were out of balance with the upside down there, 2 of Pentacles. They want to be this stable thing. They regret deeply something that they said to you in the past. Because it spun you out, what happened, I think it did spin you out a bit. And it gave you some sleepless nights, some turmoil. Perhaps it's still doing that. That could be you right now. And if so, I'd invite you to just take a deep breath, in. Take a deep breath out and, release it. Let it go. Because you need to come out of your head and you need to get into your intuition and into your feelings, because something is happening here on a deep, profound level with the Hierophant, okay? There's a sense of divinity about this relationship, a sense of it takes you somewhere that you've never been before. Whoops. Interestingly, this card just popped out. We've got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay. Just want one more. And we've got calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Okay, so there's a significant person of which, of course, we're doing the reading about. I think most people generally tune in because there's something on their mind, in particular in love. You have to get in touch with your feelings. Yeah, and that helps you to know what you want. I think this High Priestess is about, it's like locating yourself. Where am I? As soon as you know where you are, it's almost like, well, then you know where other people are in relation to you. But if you're just sort of floating around, you're not sure what's going on, and you're too busy stressing and overthinking and not getting into the feelings, it's going to be a problem. Okay, so we're going to do some clarification now. I want to know what's coming up in the near future, because what I'm seeing is really fantastic. I really am. So I think I'll just pull 3 cards for yourself and the other, in terms of where this is going, where it's leading. Yeah. Okay, so for you, we've got the 3 of Cups, lovely jubbly. We've got the 5 of Cups in reverse. We've got the King of Cups in reverse. Okay, so in terms of where this is going, so I think, okay, so look, you're going to, let me get them out. King of Cups. So I think this is you really getting into your feelings. You're going to be supported with your friends. And maybe this is you just needing to get back into you, okay? Just get back into yourself. Whatever it is, we've got the 5 again. Something's gone down. They regretted it. I think it was something they did that sort of instigated it. Don't take responsibility for it, okay, if it's theirs, you know? You've got to know where one starts and the other begins, rather than it being... so just in the near future, just be aware that this regret, this thing that happened, don't take the rap for that, okay? Please. Just maybe that's just a message for some of you, but don't do it. Don't do it. Let's see where they're going to in the future. So to me at the moment, they're a little bit out of balance. You've knocked them off their guard, you know, and generally speaking, they're quite stable. They could be an older person. They feel a sense of regret over something. We've got the 4 and the 4 of Cups, 4 of Wands, and the Fool. Okay, so it's, you know, the thing about the 4s are they're very stable in terms of where they're at. They're going to let go of this regret, this sort of dissatisfied feeling. They're going to let go of that. I think they're going to take a leap. They're going to take a leap of faith in the relationship. They're going to surprise you in terms of, you know, but it doesn't mean that everything is all rosy straight away. You know, if really we've got the Hermit and we've got the Hierophant, from both of you, I think you're looking for something long term, so don't rush. Just don't rush it. Okay, so for an actual outcome, we've got the Hermit, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. Those two are in reverse. The Hermit is upright. So there we go. So I think there's a lot of inner work to be done. Look, we had it right from the start. The High Priestess. Go in. Get inside. You guys don't seem... You're not quite ready for a new beginning. I think they've got a journey to take. They've got to do something before, with the Fool. I think they've got to do something before they're going to approach you. And in the meantime, this is a detour. Trust in it. Trust that things aren't going to go the way that you planned them, maybe. All right? So I would say this is a delay. And they've got something they need to do, and in the meantime you've got 2 Hermits. You're going through a Hermit phase as well, and I want you, number 2s, to get in touch with your intuition and to find that inspiration and let it inspire you in your life while you're waiting for the other to go on the journey that they need to go on. And it's an individualized journey. You know, you can't rip the skin off a snake when it's transforming. It has to happen in its own sweet, mystical time. Okay, number 2s, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please do subscribe to the channel. It's really tough building from scratch, and so I just really hope that if you enjoyed it, you'll subscribe, you'll like, you'll share. In fact, I'm going to run a competition, and if you do subscribe, like, and comment, you'll be in with reading a free personalised reading from moi. We'll just do it on WhatsApp. I'll put the winners in the first week. There'll be a video, so if you want to get notified about that, and it's a great time to do it because I don't have that many subscribers yet. So this is a really good time to get your free stuff, you know? You haven't got a lot of competition, number 2. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope it was helpful. Okay, so number 3. If you chose number 3, this will be your reading. And we're going to start out with an animal spirit. It says, claim your independence, the cat spirit. So if there's any cat lovers who chose number 3, you're going to like that because you'll know how independent cats are, right? So we have the Justice card. Uh-oh, look at those two. Terrifying. This is about sense of fairness, equality here. We're looking for a nice balance. And this is something that you can do. You can weigh it up, in your mind kind of thing, using your rational instinct. You've got the 8 of Cups. Certainly a walking away from something emotionally. The 5 of Pentacles, being left out in the cold, and the 2 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like I need to reorder these to get them to make the story make sense. So what we have here, someone got left out in the cold and really, felt that because there was a lack of balance, they had to move away. And I think that's where we meet you. You've had to do this, and now you've got to start looking at the future and planning what you're going to do next. This is you claiming your independence. Don't second guess yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Okay? Somebody left you out in the cold. Someone did that to you. So okay, well, it's not so much revenge or this sort of thing, but when you need to be balanced, if you reclaim your independence, you're not out in the cold, you're doing what you're doing. You're all about you. You're getting on with it, right? You're doing it for yourself, reminding yourself, where am I, What am I about? I'm not about being left out in the cold, that's for sure. I'm not about that. No. Number 3, this isn't you. So you're reclaiming your independence, and this is part of rebalancing. And balancing, it's not just about balancing in terms of the relationship where there's been, give or take, and it's just sort of gone all lopsided. It's about your inner sense of identity, you being you, doing you, having the freedom to be authentically you and be accepted just as you are. As it should be, number 3, as it should be. Okay, so we're going to just take a look into the recent past to see if we can get a sense of what's been going on. We've got the Moon. Okay. We've got the 2. So this is a juggling sort of balancing act. And the upside down Page of Pentacles. Yes, so there's a sense of, in the recent part, it's really confused you, I think. The sense of not knowing, of not understanding the feelings, the relationship, what's been going on. It's been confusing. You've been trying to juggle, you've been trying to balance it all out. Perhaps it wasn't working. I'm getting something as well that for some of you, it could be, I know this is a love reading, but it could be that one of you, because of your job, has been, it's been a strain on something to do with work's put a strain on the relationship. Maybe one person's been working too hard. Maybe they haven't been paying the other person enough attention, and that's left the other person wondering, what's going on? Am I the only one having all these really deep feelings? And along comes suspicion. But look, we have the Queen of Pentacles. She is incredibly stable. And I think that's really underlying it all. This is what this is about. This is about you wanting that sense of stability. So the independence, you claiming your independence, is about being able to control your environment, to be able to manage your feelings, to, bring that sense of emotional stability back into your life. Okay, so we'll just have a look at you and your other. We've got the 10 of Pentacles, we've got the Hierophant, and we've got the Four of Swords. Okay, and for the partner we have the Knight of Wands, the Strength, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. Okay, so look, you want to build something lasting, a legacy. You know, this is you seeing the sort of long-term, bigger picture. You want to build something lasting, something, you know, like something that's gonna be established in the real world, not pie in the sky. You know, that sort of, not something that is pure fantasy. You want the real thing. You want the real thing, right? And the Hierophant is the card, people traditionally say it's the card of marriage. So perhaps you see the other as someone whom you could, but you've had to walk away. This has caused you massive upset because of this imbalance. But you know, right now is the time for you to just rest. Just chill. Slow down. Take a breather. You know, what you're doing is correct. You know, I do think though that the intentions might not have been so bad. It might be that it's, you know, this could be a workaholic somewhat, something is to do with the world of the practical world. It's getting in the way of this sort of emotional, and they're clashing a bit. You know, two worlds colliding. Now your partner, or, you know, significant, the other person, they've been holding a lot back. I don't know whether they've told you how burdened, exhausted and tired they are at the moment. But I think they are, and I think that can really impact the way, you know, it's made them impatient. You've got the Knight of Wands there, and the Nine, and then the Strength card. So they're doing their best, I think, to keep themselves in check, but maybe they haven't been doing a very good job of it. Maybe they're snappy, maybe they haven't, you know, come with the full, they're holding a lot back. Let's have a look, let's see what are they holding back. What is this we've got? We've had the Fool. Okay, so a new beginning. I think that's them wanting to have a new beginning with you. Just that card popped out. But okay, so let's have a look. We've got the Magician. Wow. And the Knight of Swords. Okay, so they are going to speak to you. I think they want a new beginning with you, and they're in the process of working out how to manifest that. You know, and the Magician's not mucking about. They're coming at it from all angles, you know, all bases covered. I think what they're hiding from you is strong desire to make it work, to have a new beginning. And the Knight of Swords, they're coming with, you know, they're going to communicate very soon about this. You know, this is the thing about the Justice card, right? You can't, you know, every action has a reaction, and we're not all Zen masters, you know, much as we'd like to, we're just not. And it's quite probable that your walking away has actually, and reclaiming your independence, has brought them to their knees, and they've understood, And I think now they're willing to pursue you. I think they want to pursue you in chase. They want to look, he's going to run after you, and bump into you, and there's going to be some kind of reconciliation. It's coming. But you need to have a rest too, because I think it's been quite tiring for you, you know, the moon, that sense of... But I like these two together. I feel like this is you're reclaiming your independence, because you understand if you want a long-term thing, you want the real deal, you're going to have to be you anyway at some point. You can't stay in the moon. You can't live in fantasy land. You're going to have to be. So look, take a break. Take a break. Relax. Step back. It's okay. I think you've done the right thing. You've done the right thing by you. And you're reclaiming your independence, and that's what needed to happen. Let's just go for 3 cards for an outcome, please. For number 3. Looking for an outcome. Oh. Okay, here we go. We have the 10 of Pentacles again. The High Priestess and Strength again. Okay, so this sort of tells me, and then we've got underlying it all, the 8 of Cups. So I think this sense of moving away emotionally, perhaps it's about gaining emotional distance. I mean, you don't want a repeat of the moon. You're going to need some sense of emotional distance to make sure that you can be in touch with your own feelings. And you've got, they've got the Strength card, they've been holding back, and you need to maybe do that a little bit too. The High Priestess is incredibly intuitive, and if you slow down with the 4 and you get into that, you have a little rest, have a time out, get back into you. That's what you need to do with the High Priestess. You need to get inside your body and go, what am I feeling? Where am I? What's going on? If you really want this 10 of Pentacles, this, happy ever after, but this is a very established, this is like building a legacy together. If you want to do that, that takes a real commitment. And I think that's a real inner journey as much as it is a journey that you're going to take with your significant other. It's going to require a certain amount of strength, I think, from both yourself and your partner. But it's going to be ultimately a journey worth having. Look, I just want to end it by reminding you here that the 2 of Wands, reclaim your independence, which is like a 1, isn't it? That's me. That's you, reclaiming your independence. And then the 2 of Wands, and start thinking about the future. Start thinking about what you want to do, independently of this relationship. Because that could be a way to readdress the balance. Okay, number 3, I hope that was helpful for you. Please do subscribe to the channel. You can win a free personalized reading by subscribing, liking, or commenting. It's been a real pleasure reading for you today. So that's all from me from Global Tarot. I'll be back very soon with more pick cards, love readings, and monthly for the zodiac signs as well. So do subscribe, click on the bell, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.